What is love?
Huh?
What is love? It's got a thing.
It's okay.
What is love?
What is love? Love is having a passion for either person or a view, a painting. These are all important things in life. Yeah, alright, bye.
Alright guys, this is Old School Will coming back at you again. You know, out of all the hundreds, if not thousands of videos that I go through every day, I see a lot of people seem like we kind of lost our way as far as our modern society. I listen to women asking why they can't find a good mate, and I listen to men talking about why they couldn't find a good woman, a good woman. Out of all the things I have been hearing, I kind of notice there's just one common denominator on all of this stuff. And ask yourself, when you watch a lot of these videos on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube, pay attention. You never hear the word love. You never hear that word.
I think I said I love you probably a month in. And I think Faith was sort of like, okay.
Well, because he's fearless in love, in relationships, in dating. I'm not. Like we're really new at marriage, but we're not new at relationships. We've both had a number of relationships that didn't work out the way we anticipated at the time. For me, I think I internalized more things from those past experiences, and he just didn't. He wasn't jaded. His heart was really open. So I wasn't as quick to jump on the I love you train, but I did get there eventually, and my guard started to come down over time.
And this is where we're going so wrong as far as trying to find that good person that we want in our life. You ever wonder why your parents and your grandparents stayed together for so long? That's because they got a chance to know each other. And I'm not going to get corny on you and talk about all those long walks and all the things that we did to become attracted. But I am going to tell you a little story. Because you know, old school tries to keep it real with you. There was one time in my life that I was truly in love. I had no idea what it was all about. Although I've been married a few times, I had the opportunity in my life of really feeling what that true love felt like. Even today, at my age, when I look back, I look at the common denominator as far as why I was so crazy in love with one person. But that person didn't feel the same way toward me. Mm. That love felt like you wanted to just give them the world. You wanted to make sure they were okay at all times. You just wanted to take care of them and be there when they needed you. It wasn't about going out here and, like these women are saying on all of these social media sites, I'm just out here for the bag. I'm just out here trying to find a rich guy. I'm just out here trying to find a guy who's 4 6s, six pack, six figures, 6 foot tall, and all those other sixes that go along with that nonsense.
666 is a trap, and y'all know what I'm talking about. A man who is over 6 feet tall, who makes over six figures, and has a six pack. But the idea that he must have those qualities in order for you to be loved well and loved properly for the rest of your life is a lie, because those are not qualities, and they sure the heck aren't standards. What you should be concerned about is things that are great for relationships that last, like loyalty, honor, respect, fidelity, consistency, discipline, a man who protects and covers you.
But when you're in love with a person, you linger on almost every word they say. You linger on everything they do. You want to make sure that person is safe at all times. It's not that you're checking up on them. Modern society and modern technology has really messed us up. You call, in my day, you call on the phone every so often. Hey, is there anything you need? Is everything okay? You made sure that car was taken care of. Air pressure was up at the right pressure on that car. The little small things.
If the guy feels, I would love to take care of her for the rest of my life, that's feeling like a man in response to a woman. When she feels, I trust this guy, right behind him no matter what he wants to do, that's feeling like a woman. The other way around is not good, because in the marriage, the man has to be the giver, the provider. So to really become intimate means you've got to trust each other completely. Otherwise, you hold back. You got to be constantly conscious of protecting yourself. It's a mess.
You had that little pitter patter, and I know this really sounds corny, but you had that little indescribable feeling inside of you every time you saw that person. Every time you talked to that person, every time you hugged that person, every time you wanted to be with that person, you felt it on the inside. We don't have that anymore. You respected that person. You didn't talk down to that person. Never. You didn't go to bed mad with that person, because whatever disagreements you had, you worked it out before you went to bed. You talked it out. You came to a conclusion. You said you were sorry. I made a mistake. And that was the man and the woman that they made a mistake. But you rectified your issues. You weren't in that relationship to sit back and be judged by your spouse's friends or your spouse's family. This was a meeting of the minds of two people and two people only. You didn't have all that negative influence whispered in your ear saying, "Oh, you can find yourself someone better than that."
Ladies, 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 don't ever make a guy feel like you need him more than he needs you. No! Listen to me. You ain't need him more than he needs you, baby. You can survive on your own. You can do things on your own. Oftentimes, you're the one paying the bills. You're the one who holding the house down. So, what do you need him for? Girl, listen, dolls, listen. You can do way better than that guy. Way better. He's not even in your class, honey. Girl, listen. Even if your heart is eating out, just said, you know what, darling? Bye. Bye.
Ask yourself, the person that's telling you that, how are they doing? Are they walking around single with no ring on their finger or no one to talk to? And this goes both ways for men and women. Because men can be influenced just as easily as women can. What are we going to do, folks? You only live one life as far as I know. I don't know of a second life. I hope there's one. I believe there's one. Haven't gotten there yet. Getting close. This is nonsense. Now let's get real. What are we doing to ourselves? Look at how we dress. Look at how we talk. We can't make a complete sentence without using profanity. We have become so engrossed in this world with all the trinkets, with modifying what God gave us from head to toe. We don't know who's real anymore. A good man is going to want a natural woman, and what that means, he wants to see a natural woman.
Men like it when we know what we gonna wake up to in the morning. The eyelashes, all that stuff that you don't need all that. Y'all doing too much.
Beforehand, all that makeup and all that, that's a bonus. But we still don't get it. And I really wonder if we're going to ever get it. In this generation, I seriously doubt it. I remember a couple of times, well, a lot of times, I remember on the person I was in love with on her birthday, when she turned, I think it was 36 years old, I sent her 3 dozen of roses. Why? Because that was something I felt inside to do. No one coerced me to do it. I did it. We don't take care of each other because we have to. We take care of each other because we want to. So I really don't believe that much in love anymore, because we've been misled by our surroundings and the people within it. What are we going to do? What can we do? Life has screwed us up. Yes, it has. So anytime or when you go back to talking with your friends and watching all this nonsense on TikTok and YouTube, just listen for that one word, love. And I know a lot of folks weren't brought up with love in the family. A lot of folks weren't brought up with a mother and father in the family, so therefore they don't know what love is all about. They have no idea. They have no idea whatsoever. We look at all these raunchy people that are on the social media sites now, and that's what we're influenced by. We think that's the way it's supposed to be until we start getting older in our days, and we're wondering, what did I do? What happened? What happened to all those good men? What happened to all those good women? Well, for the few that were lucky enough to find one, they were probably still holding on to them. Meanwhile, the rest of us are just sitting on the sideline wishing and hoping, and some of us might even be praying that the Almighty sends us that right person. Can't send you what you don't have your heart open to or have your heart open for. Love isn't about giving you that Rolls Royce, or taking you shopping every day, or taking you to a 5-star restaurant. That's not love. You become influenced by the world and the things in it. When you start getting older, what are you going to do? Peace of mind is priceless. And fortunately, because of how things are today, good men and good women have found a way to be alone and to go at it by themselves. And there's nothing wrong with that. Peace of mind is priceless. Who wants the aggravation of arguing? Who wants the aggravation of stress all the time? Life was meant for two people. And normally those two people are usually in love with each other when they get married and they decide to raise a family. We don't have that anymore. But for the few of you that do have that, old school suggests you hold on to them tight, because you're not going to find another. Let me tell you this, ladies. Men are simple creatures. We do not think like you think. We're simple. You give us a good meal, you respect us, even tell us you love us every so often and really mean it, and not just saying it because you want to make sure that you're taken care of. That's what worked in the past. But a man can also see through the crap. Wandering eyes, as they called it. If a man loves you when you're walking down the street hand in hand, his eyes will not be wandering toward someone else. And man, if that lady loved you, she would not be having her phone locked. Her eyes wouldn't be wandering and thinking, oh, it would probably be better on the other side. The grass is never greener on the other side. Maybe green at first, but during the wintertime it withers and then it dies off. So, you'll never get a chance to really understand what love is all about until you figure it out, which I really hope everyone does. If you figure it out, then you know you're truly blessed. Love is about two people, not everybody else involved in your life. And love is about working things out and cherishing each other. And the vows are the thing called until death do us part. Until death do we part. We don't vow by that. I didn't even vow by that. If I did, I would have only been married one time and not three. But even old school didn't know better back in the day. But one thing, when I end this, one thing I can say, and I thank the Lord for giving me the opportunity of knowing and feeling what love is. Oh well, old school's not going to talk you to death. If you want more, if you want old school to go more in depth, leave a comment there and we'll look into it. And I'll decide if I want to share even more about love that this generation don't know about. You guys stay blessed. We're going to all get through this.